Luminosity Gaming's map pick. So we'll see EG again banning out the Jackal. I'm not a fan of the Jackal. They banned it almost every single map that they've played this tournament.
Clubhouse, a very neutral map for both of these teams. I wouldn't say either of them excel. I wouldn't say either of them are horrific on it. So it is very in the middle of the pack, isn't it? It's very up there for both teams to try and grab. And well, for Evil Geniuses, they need to make sure they grab it first, or else Luminosity, they will join SSG, MIBR, and Liquid. And, well, James, already from what I said, it's going to be a stacked LAN event, isn't it? And we still have to see from EU who's going to qualify, where we could still potentially have either G2 BDS or either Secret or Force joining that lineup. And then you have APAC teams as well, so oh my word. Oh my.
It's going to be an absolutely stacked LAN event indeed. Only 8 teams can make it. We've decided 3 so far. Let's decide another one with the result of this matchup. As Maestro and Mira will get banned off the board, so no Hard Breacher ban and no Thatcher ban.
That's really new for what we've seen so far in this tournament, hasn't it? And really the attack bans dictate how the entire match is going to be played out. Still think, though, Capital's the big one. We know how much influence he can also provide, but generally it's like another Hard Breacher or a Thatcher ban, like you mentioned, usually accompanies that. But having all 3 Hard Breachers open, I don't know, this one's going to work out now, James, because I'm kind of leaning towards it's going to be attacker favored.
Really?
Yeah, just because the fact that you can bring all of them, and you still have nades available, so Catwalk, as we know, is the whole reason why Capitão's gone. And then you look at the defense, they don't have the Maestro, which we know is a big powerhouse operator to really hold that down. Of course, Echo's there as well, but you can find an Echo drone with an IQ, whereas Maestro Cannon is a little bit more difficult to deal with whenever you combo that with an ADS.
Yeah, I mean, Echo is available, but we haven't really seen them do too much during Coastline.
I wouldn't say that Echo's the best, though, for basement. I don't think Echo's a good one for basement, because generally, where he's played inside of A, how many times do we see teams go ahead and open up that triple wall? And if you're an Echo trying to deny the plant, and they're right beside you, what do? You can't really do much.
The biggest issue for playing an Echo downstairs is there's nowhere for Echo to actually sit.
There never is anywhere nice to sit for defenders most time, because it's literally have to have your gun ready, aimed at a doorway.
Yeah.
It's just the way the whole map plays out. But hey, that's just Clubhouse. 2 very different kind of... It's weird to say that Clubhouse, it's a very slow, methodical map. You know, look at the cache, it does take a while, but like basement is like just 2 times slower than everything else. It's as if time literally stops.
It's an interesting mute jammer from Geo up in the kind of rafters there, so they're running that mute multi combo and they're going to play this very, very aggressively, very, very roam heavy. Of course, the mute multi you want to bring out there, so you want to deny this kind of roam clear. Also interesting that we have a Maverick coming out from Luminosity, despite the fact there's no kite on the board, there's no Thatcher ban.
This one's really weird, because I don't think I've ever seen this being attempted for a basement. Yes, I know that we've, of course, before seen specific teams hold like mid-floors, like in towards bars, like castle and stuff, but I've never seen an upstairs room which consists of double reinforcing cache and also double reinforcing jacuzzi. So that only leaves you 6 reinforcements for the site. So I'm guessing they've probably left some hatches soft, perhaps, and they're really relying on their roamers to do the work here.
Well, they're going to start to do the work, NVK, and Geo, it looks like they're both up there, as well as Mo is around there as well. Geo already trapped in the construction, however, trying to make his way down the hatch, but will get picked up by Doodle, who found the first entry pick of the round. He's going to get jumped out on by NVK, however, that's diffused down as well, as Doodle off the board, but will get traded out. What a great trade coming out from Factor, great positioning coming out from the Thatcher, brings it into a 3v4. This is great roam clearing coming out from LG.
This is a lot better from Luminosity, the way they've kind of formatted their play style. As I say that, Mo just gets the free skill so far of the game. I was about to say, they're a lot more slower actually in how they kind of taken apart EG, but Mo is still alive. If they try and pick him off, then it still leaves them enough time, because it's only going to be a 3v2 on site, so that should be fine.
Looks like Mo's just decided he's just going to try and hold down here for as long as he can. Just go for the pre-fire, takes out Factor, but will instantly get traded. But no, that's a Thomas TK! Oh no, there goes Hyena. And now all of a sudden we find ourselves in a 1v2 with no hard reaches left remaining. And Thomas with all the work to do still. Moto Hatch is soft though.
Tommy, what's happened to you? Has to go in big now. 1v2 to clutch up against a Smoke and a Legion. The 2 worst operators he could be against. And yeah, I don't think this is going to work out for him. Just too much to go through. And tries to enter it towards Armory, and there's one he gives himself up, so all of a sudden, there's potential. Young has made a major misstep, and Necrox, once again, the only man for EG, and somehow,
tell me,
Big T, he's pulled it out.
A disappointing start with the TK into Hyena, but a great roam clear overall coming out from LG, and they will clinch the first round here on Clubhouse. I don't know, I'm just really impressed, especially the positioning from Factor there. I really think brought that in for them. Like a very, very aggressive roam from EG to start with, but yeah, like really good positioning overall from Luminosity will completely tear it apart. I think though that when they were clearing out Mo, it could have been better. Like I don't know why Thomas didn't go to the other side if they knew he was in bathroom and just open up that bathroom wall because it was soft. But, well, it'll work out in the end. Tommy T will bring it in, and we'll see another Church Arsenal defense come out for EG. No Thatcher.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Yeah. But if Luminosity really stepped away from the kind of playstyle where they're literally in it for the guns. Like, you think about teams who do prefer the much more slow, methodical playstyle. Like, if you take, like, another team, for example, let's say Vitality. Vitality would have, like, every hard breacher, I think. They'd also have the Thatcher, and then just another flex operator, perhaps the IQ, of course, the Echo still being there. Luminosity, they're bringing the Buck, they're bringing the Ash. Like, whenever I see an Ash where Thatcher could be needed, that's how you know the playstyle of the team is all about the kills.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Luminosity...
It's gonna hurt them.
Maybe Luminosity were expecting a really heavy roam yet again from EG, because it actually almost worked for them.
It did.
So maybe that's why we're seeing the Ashe in the lineup, but we do see the Kayad in the lineup as well. We do also see the Maverick, so maybe no Thatcher might not affect them too badly, as long as Doodle can do his job.
Of course, yeah, Maverick is there, so it's not the biggest worry. It's not as if the world's going to end. They still have plenty of options where they can open up hatches and continue their way into the bomb site. Knowing Luminosity, their ideal scenario will be every hatch open, a good standpoint on main stairs, and then a quick collapse. That's probably what they're going to go for. With no Thermite means that triple wall push is kind of out of the question, because Thermite is there to create that massive gap where you can push through, sanction off defenders so they can't sit in church anymore. We can still see, of course, the Hanabana pellet come in from Hyena, which could open up a portion of the wall just to kind of give them some cover off the main bomb site. But other than that, I still think it's going to come down to how well EG can hold their metal. Just overall, I think for Luminosity, this attack suits them really well just with the operators available.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options for them for sure here. Like, no Thermite being brought obviously is going to affect a little bit of that kind of church tank, but overall, things should be going well for them. They've got a lot of control already, and they seem to know that EG are not going to go for this very heavy roam game that they were doing before. We do have a Nitro up on the board for them. Geo has already pre-placed that up on the roof and is waiting for someone to make his way to the kitchen, but from Luminosity, it doesn't even look like anyone wants to do that. But as I say that, Thomas is going to get very lit up, and Nitro is going to go off near him, but not going to kill him just yet. Nate does go out, and Tommy T goes down. Oh no, and he's going to be down but not out just yet. That actually does take the Kayad off the board.
So, Luminosity, you have lost some damage, but it's not the end of the world. Kitchen hatch has been open. That's a very rare occurrence, isn't it, James? Because that's always been an impact tree. Of course, they broke through the Kayad charge, which you mentioned. That's he kind of sacrificed his health for, and that has gave them the way in. Also, opening up dirt, so we could be on for the old famed dirt plus kitchen push, which we never get to see anymore because kitchen is so hard for the attackers to open up. And is that armor wall soft again? Yes, it is. So we could easily see Factor just explode in to assist his team. EG need to be on top of this because Luminosity, they're gearing up and they're ready to go for it.
Yeah, it looks like they should be ready to take control of blue as well, as Rexon slowly crouch walks his way down here. He's got to deal with Mo, however. Let's see what he can do. Slowly crouch walks in. The barbed wire still ahead of him. He's going to hit it once, expecting the peek coming out from Mo. It will go through, but no kill just yet as Thomas finds one of his own, and Hyena shuts down NVK. We've still got Necrox Howard to do with, but Factor from Oil Pit will shut down one. Necrox goes down as well, but no, it's all down to Necrox all of a sudden. That's Young in dirt. It's all down to Necrox to do. Pushes down onto the main stairs to see what he can do here, but every member of LG is now in armor and has that control. The kitchen hatch is open. If Necrox could find his way up there, he could do something. He's going to get pushed out, but he does manage to take one down. Able to play around his deployable shield as well. Factor does get eliminated. He's going to the Maverick hole. It's going to go open up into blue by Doodle. But this is going to be all to do for Necrox to try and bring this in. It still has one remote gas grenade. could do something with it. That diffuser slowly going to tick down and do its work, as Luminosity very smartly are going to rotate someone up above. Looks like that is Hyena.
Yeah, Necrox now just an unwinnable position. Too many crossfires established, and Luminosity. That is how you carry out a kitchen push. The great entry from Thomas to kind of get them going. I love the rotation from Factor.
Yeah.
Rexen being the only man in blue, he realizes he's up against the Jaeger. He calls for Rex and says, "Come help me." All the way, Factor rotates up, down in through Garage, down through Oil Pit, and gives them another option. That was a great rotation, and that just shows how well synergized these guys are. They all live together, don't they, in Vegas?
Yeah,
They're
in Vegas,
playing in a team house, which is kind of like the normal thing now for NA teams in general. 3 teams are
3 teams
Las
in Vegas, yeah.
What you've Rec,
Rogue and Rec, yeah.
and LG, yeah, and even Evil Geniuses as well. They also have their own house.
Yeah, in Seattle, I want to say, yeah.
It is in Seattle, yes.
And of course, the coach of LG
Sonics
lives
have a
with
team
him,
house?
Virus. Yeah, Sonics do have a team
What teams
house.
don't have a team house? TSM do not.
SSG don't have one.
SSG don't. And who else are we missing? Dark Zero do as well. So 6 out of the 8 teams. Now let's look at EU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's just leave that. That's really strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is weird.
Well, we'll see how things go down as we move into round number 3, but so far, a very good start for Luminosity. Don't forget, this is their map pick as well. They were able to beat EG on their own map, and like things are looking great for them. Luminosity, the fact that they also,
10 seconds left.
because they picked this map, they don't get to pick size. EG opted to go to defense
5
first,
seconds left before
so Luminosity already picking 2 rounds up in their attack. Things are looking really good for them so far,
moving out to locate a bomb
and both on core sites as well.
Cash now. So the double church not working out for Evil Geniuses as they had planned. And now I'm curious to see how Luminosity deal with this bomb site specifically. They haven't brought the Thermite, which would kind of be like an obvious pick, but they can still make do with the Maverick trick where you can completely destroy a full reinforced wall and then open it up with some soft breach. They do have a set of nades that will assist in eliminating the man in Catwalk. And more common or not, James, is what we've kind of seen the meta shift to, is that we see just another defender play inside a motorcycle pit who can also rotate into lounge.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of heavy roaming coming out from EG once again, and the last time they did this, LG, while they had a really good roam clear, it almost ended in disaster for them, especially with Mo picking up 3 kills on his roam. We'll see how things go down for EG here, as Maverick Doodle is going to try and open up a little bit of a sideline for himself here. Again, no Thatcher from Luminosity, despite the fact it is available.
It is, but I think they're just relying on the fact that he can bring Maverick, who, yes, kind of fills that role, doesn't he? He eliminates the bandit trick. Don't have to worry about any of that. So Luminosity, they will begin their elimination of the reinforced walls. And then I'm sure they will try and carry on and eliminate the man inside a Catwalk and Garage, which is really going to be, I think, the big testing ground now for LG to see how they can deal with a very tough kind of positioning that EG have put themselves into. I also like the fact that they've put some pressure towards the other half, over towards construction, because it kind of pulls away any other defenders. You know, now Geo, he has to stay towards that side of the map. He cannot afford to rotate away and perhaps try and assist the guys in Catwalk, because what happens if they all start rotating around and they try and push in towards construction? You're going to be no help to your team.
This is a really bad position for Geo to be in right now. There is so much option in construction, and yeah, he's going to realize that. He just doesn't want to be in there right now. As Rexen does hop in and gets control of construction, Luminosity kind of all over the place right now.
I do like this, though, because they've realized that there's 2 guys in Garage. They have the Alibi downstairs, the Jaeger upstairs. They've opened up the wall, so those 2 guys in Garage, they're stuck there. It creates that cross. Now they've rotated in towards construction. They can now carry out their attack on the other side, and if anybody tries to rotate out of A into B, oh look, that wall's open. They're just trying to back them all in and clump them up into a corner, and well, like that, because there's nowhere else Geo could have went. That's an easy frag for Rexen.
That is really good work from Rexen and LG overall. Good coordination coming up from them to get quick control. Doodle goes all the deep in, but Necrox will take him down. And Modigger will find one of his own. It's going to be a 3v3 right now. Make that a 3v2 as Mo finds another one. Young gets refragged. However, Hyena finds Necrox. It's all down to Mo with it all to do. No Nitro remaining, of course. He's already used it. He'll be forced to rotate up Garrison and see what he can do from this side. Goes to the pre-fire, takes down Factor. He's going to know where this push is going to be coming from as well. Goes to the pre-fire. It's going to be Hyena. Left remaining on the clock. He's going to go for the push as well, but no, Mo takes him down as well. That's a 4K coming out from Mo. And Evil Geniuses will take round number 3.
I don't know how Luminosity lose that. If I'm being honest, that for me is down to Maverick. He pushed in, he made that entry kill, eliminated the man on the staircase, but he let the momentum push him forward, which he shouldn't have done. He should have had the patience. He walked straight in, didn't know what he was doing. He was running in blind. It was an easy kill for Necrox, where he was in A. He could have fought the man on top of Catwalk and allowed the rest of his team to eliminate Smoke. He was in a great position there to completely shut that down, but allowed the open door to be left open, and EG, they walked in. So real big throws there from Luminosity, especially from Doodle. And, well, now EG, that gives them a round back, gives them a bit of momentum, but they still have to go for the church.
Yeah, and this church defense has just not been good at all coming out from EG. Fact, they're going to be moving off the Zofia, however, and picking up the Twitch instead. We'll see a pretty similar lineup coming out from Luminosity across the board here to try and make something happen here. I'm going to guess that maybe Luminosity were thinking it was going to be an upstairs defense again.
Would they expect the gym and bedroom, though?
No, from, yeah, like, maybe,
Oh, do you think they're expecting the hard room again, even though they didn't go for it the second time around?
Yeah, I mean, there's still no Thatcher coming out from Luminosity, but it doesn't seem to be an issue for them. They brought it the first round, but after that, they just have not brought it at all. Factor's kind of being the one who's, like, flexing about.
Yeah. For me, I look at the first round from EG. They went for a very heavy roam game. Roaming in Clubhouse doesn't really exist in Church, for that reason that we kind of seen Luminosity tear them apart. I think if you're going to go for a roam game, it's like a hit or miss. It's a one-time thing. Because as soon as you do go for a roam, teams will probably be ready for it and they'll try and take it to a different approach. Because if you do see like a very heavy roam game, you have two options. You either try and clear up the roam game, and hopefully that your team, they have the power to try and push that in and set yourself up nicely for an easy, clean take, or you go for the rush strategy, which is a lot more out of your hands and more down to see how the defense can hold it. So EG, they're not opting for the roam game, and Luminosity, they don't have to worry about that, so they have even more time to, again, begin their full inaugural attack in towards this church. I expect that we'll see another kitchen take, because it worked really well for them last time.
Potentially. It did work really well. It's kind of a hard take to fight against if the attackers get control, but what are you doing? Oh no, NVK goes down so early on. Great push coming out from Rex and right from the top of Secret, but wow, what a mistake from MVK being that far up.
That's a really important operator as well, isn't it, James? Like, that's the Legion, and we know how many different options there is that you can cover off. I can think about 7 different ways you can enter into the bomb sites. Having a Goo-Man in each of those would help you out immensely. Now you only get to play with what he's placed, and I think that's what, around 3 Goo-Mans potentially, perhaps 4. But still, Evil Geniuses, that's a man gone. That gives Luminosity the kind of advantage going into it. Again, the nades will try and come in. Tommy does get killed this time around. Don't know if he got the Electroclaw, because that was what he was hunting for.
Well, it doesn't look like he did get it, but we've just about a minute left to go on the clock, and LG don't have a huge amount of control just yet. It looks like they are going to go for a church push this time because they weren't able to get the book, open everything up onto kitchen. Rexon, however, going to be trying to get control of blue once more. He's going to have to try and deal with Mo once more as well. Goes for the pre-fires as well. We see Factor moving through from the other side, but Mo wide peeks and takes him down. There's no refrag from Rexon right now, as this is not good at all. We don't have any take coming out just strongly yet. Great play from Mo to keep control of blue.
Mo winning that 1v1 could have single-handedly gave EG this round for their church. Unless Luminosity can once again prove us wrong with a clutch coming in from just any off them. They have drilled a couple of holes in towards the triple wall, but it doesn't help them as the wide swing comes in from Necrox. And that's a 2v4. Rex and Hyena, all to do. And everybody from EG can sit tight, hold their angles, and yeah, just that 1v1 for Mo has really swung it into their advantage. I'm sure Necrox will be able to pick up some more shotgun, peeks on round. Oh, that's 2 for him.
Great round from EG. I think that time, like, because Luminosity tried to do the exact same thing they did to their second church push, and LG were just ready for it. You see how much better Mo was playing around the blue angle as well, knowing that someone was going to come oil pit and try and flank him out there. So he's able to, okay, if I can kill this guy at oil pit, I can hold this close angle, and this guy can't get me up onto secret stairs. And yeah, things looking much better, especially with the early nitro as well. The fact that this time Geo was able to find Thomas, I think really just completely changed the round for Luminosity.
I just think it comes down to that 1v1 on blue. like that was the big one, because if you think about where Luminosity pushed in last time for Church, it was because they killed Mo inside of blue. It gave them that two-man push, entering in through Church and also in through Armory. And whenever you eliminate that factor, and it doesn't give, well, quite literally eliminating the factor, we could say. But it's actually, I didn't even mean to do a pun there, James. You know I love my puns, but that was an unintentional one.
You're just that good at making puns. You just make
just,
them with no effort. So, we're going to move into round number 5 and see exactly how things are going to go down, but this means EG have to go to the offsite. It is going to be a gym bedroom defense. Interestingly, no castle here. We haven't seen a decent amount of castle recently. I think that with the fact that Maverick is up on the board, it's almost impossible to ban and trick this.
For the most part, yeah. We don't really see that come into a big effect whenever Maverick's there. That's the whole reason why teams on specific teams will ban that operator, just to get rid of that factor, so you can, of course, go for the bandits. But then if you kind of ban the Maverick, we very rarely see like a factor ban fall up, so there still is kind of that trade-off. And plus, there is other ways that you can eliminate the bandit trick. Simply by opening up windows through gym, you can just stop the guy on the wall straight up.
Yeah.
So it's like not the biggest issue, and no castle being there as well from Evil Geniuses leads us to believe that they're not going all in with the bandit trick. I would like to see, though, I think a bandit trick could work, though, if they played bandit inside a construction. Or not construction, inside a cache.
Yeah, that's true. You can also impact trick those walls as well, but it doesn't even look like EG a heavy holding cache, because they did open up that rotate, which normally I don't see teams do that much these days, but we'll see how things go down, as Hyena is going to be able to easily open up Jacuzzi wall. That should be easily done from him. It does get all opened up, and oh, this is just a heavy rush that all the way in already, just to gain that immediate control. Rexon going to prone his way in through the site, and he's going to be able to find one or two young. Rexon finds Geo as well, and oh, it's just a slaughter as well. So many kills going to the favor of Luminosity, and all of a sudden, it's all down with NVK with it all to do. Duel going for the plant with the diffuser. NVK just see the claim, but should creep around it, but no. It's gonna be Factor, who's upstairs and waiting for him on the rotate. Luminosity take round number 5 very, very quickly. I thought we'd only just started talking about the round.
Luminosity, like a light switch, can just turn on and turn off at any moment. And that just shows the prowess and the aggression. And Luminosity, for me, in the region of NA, which we know can be very aggressive, they're the only team who can do those. They're the only team, for me, who has that raw gun skill and that raw talent to provide attacks such as those. And that's a really big benefit. Only downside, I think, to the way Luminosity play, though, is that if they do catch a whiff of what Luminosity and their rushes and they're trying to take place, for like early information, for example, that's whenever problems to arise. And I think against well-structured teams who can read into that, you know, we've seen what G2 did, for example, to them, didn't last very long against them. I think that just for me is the big takeaway from Luminosity. A lot of potential.
Yeah.
They just need to refine that skill and not rely on those kind of pushes the entire map, because they can't do it. They still be playing well, but I feel as if that rush they did, that's the only one they can go for now. They can't go for it again. It's a one-hit strategy.
It's still good though, like being like the only time that we've seen EG being able to counter LG is then when they do the same thing again. But like, I don't think they're going to do another rush like that. I think it would be suicide if they did do it again. I think they're going to know it's suicide if they do it again. So
10 seconds remaining.
it's not like that's the first rush we've come out from Luminosity, but maybe it won't even be the last, as we'll see what does go down as we move into the final defense here for Evil Geniuses. And close, unless of course we did go to OT. But things are looking really good for Luminosity here. I mean, even though, like, with no hard reacher ban, I kind of feel this is a bit more attacker-sided than defender-sided right now.
Yeah.
And I would expect Luminosity to come out this half at 4-2. I still think they're looking good as a team.
They're looking great. And EG... Okay, so we've talked a lot about Luminosity.
Yes.
Now let's dive in and look at EG, how they're setting up. Everything they're doing relies so heavily on their retake potential. Luminosity, granted, previously their 2 rounds that they did lose, it was down to like, well, 1 round was down to like just losing bodies right off the rip and Mo playing out with his skull inside of blue. The other one, though, which we looked at was this cache, it was down to very lackluster flank protection. And that's one thing that EG are running with. They're exposing Luminosity for that. And whenever that kind of synergy that we know that players like Necrox and we've seen Geo have, on that clutch being able to communicate, it's great. I think, to be fair for EG, they've relied a lot on Necrox to really do his job in sight. But hey, if he's doing his job, he's doing his job. And we expect that from EG. The caliber of this team, remember the only NA team who's actually been able to win a major championship, we expect it from the veteran team of NA.
Yeah, we definitely do, and this core roster has still managed to stick together for a long time. Nades coming out from below from Thomas here. See how they are going to be able to do it, but not able to find any kills just yet. Another nade is going to be coming out from Thomas from below. But it's going to be Factor who finds the first kill for Luminosity this round. Young does go down. They've lost Doodle, they lost the Maverick, but Maverick did his job. He did his duty, and his diffuser is going to go down, but it looks like the recovery should come through here. However, Factor making his way onto the top rafters. Smoke's going out kind of early there, as we'll see LG recover the diffuser. Oh, I like this from Geo.
Yeah, that just gives them another option.
But it also means that Thomas is now going to be very worried when he's downstairs about this rotate.
Still trying to buck though, so he's teetering on the edge, and he gets punished for it. Geo peeking down the holes, and well, in the words of Devin Emzo Becker, holes work both ways.
Yeah, they definitely do. Verticality does definitely go both ways. LG looking to flood the site. However, Factor finding one and Rexon finding the other. It's all down to Mo and NVK. They should have nitros on the board. And yes, Mo is going to throw out one. NVK throws out the other, but no denial just yet. As there we go, NVK does find one. It's a Hyena. It's going to be a 2v2, but with no denial left remaining. With only 15 seconds left to go. NVK is going to prep the run out as well from construction windows to see what he can do from that side. Rexon could be holding it down. Watches the hallway, but Mo takes him down. And this should be an easy kill, but no, Factor shuts him down. It's all going to be between him and NVK to try and bring this in. Factor go for the pre-fights, and he gets it! Oh my god, what a clutch from Factor! And NVK is eliminated, and Luminosity, with a great start, go 4-2 into the second half. Sheesh.
Oh, Luminosity, you sneaky devils. By the way, that entire time where all of that action happened, there was a Valkyrie camera constantly giving out information, even though they bring an IQ. That was very lucky by LG, and they just got away with that. But in reality, allowing a Valkyrie camera to still stay up, even though you have an IQ right beside it, that's not great. And there you're so lucky, James. Oh my word, Factor, you crazy man.
Factor with the Thorkey on Thatcher as well. So yeah, that's a really good end to Luminosity's half there. We'll bring it in 4-2. As we enter round of 7, it's going to be the first defense coming out from Luminosity. They're 3 rounds away from booking their ticket to Croatia. They're just looking absolutely phenomenal right now. And yeah, like EG, what is happening to them right now? I mean, we to be fair to them, kind of expect this to be attacker-sided, so I'm expecting EG. Like, they have all the utility available right now. Thatcher, 2 hard breaches, the Buck and the Zofia. This is a great lineup for LG to bring in here. And we've seen already, they played against Obey. They almost lost to Obey on this map with a sub, but they did manage to bring it in eventually. We'll have a look how things do go down. As we'll move into round number 7, it's going to be the first attack for EG. They really need to step up to the mark here on attack if they want to bring it in. And don't forget, this is LG's map pick, so we're expecting them to do well on this map.
Yeah, we are. We're highly expectations relying on them to, you know, if you first pick that out of the 4 match remaining, we're expecting them to take it. Again, statistically, not favorable to, like, it's not like their favorite map. For LG, Consulate is their best map by far. Yeah, it's just, whenever you're still left with maps that you know you're great at, but equally EG, they're not a team which fall under pressure in Clubhouse either. They also have some great results there. They are another team that can be strong in this map. It's just whoever takes the opportune moment first will win it. And at the moment, Luminosity, they're the team making the chances. They're the team making the plays, and that's why they're leading right now.
So, we'll see what Luminosity does want to do here as we move into round number 7, but they're looking pretty aggressive right now as we see Thomas downstairs in Lounge looking for the peek onto Secret as well. See flashbangs coming down to the side, making sure there's no ADSs, so they can indeed go for the bandit trick and indeed take it out with a nade. NVK should be able to throw that nade out and should be able to deny the bandit trick, but there's no bandit trick coming out from Factor. He's rotated all the way through construction instead, and he's got that nitro as well, so he can move downstairs, play with Thomas there, but it's going to be Rexon who picks up the first kill of the round. NVK already off the board. That's the Buck going down. That's a massive pick coming out from LG.
So, Luminosity, they have that lead and onto the Buck, the only set of nades. So Rexon, he can sit happy enough up there. There's nothing that he has to worry about and can still play these long angles whenever he feels like it. Also, another set of Kairos is trying to open up another angle, and they're trying to get a really long cut position just to find anybody who walks past. So again, that's going to be another connector cutoff. And also, it just means Rexon, he doesn't have that same freedom of maneuverability upstairs in the catwalk. But they're still roamers for LG. They're playing C4s from below, and slowly but surely, that timer, it's just going down, James, and EG. They haven't really made a move yet. Well, say that. Here comes the first bit of aggression that EG have brought in, and Mo, he finds Factor below.
Yeah, but Thomas is still down below here with the C4 threatening. EG gonna have to try and take him out if they want to do anything here. Thomas gonna rotate all the way through into the bottom of the garage, however, to try and help out Rexon here, hold it all down, and EG have no nades on the table, so it's gonna be very difficult for them to throw Rexon out of this position. Echo Drone is still available here as well, and it's gonna move its way into the rafters to help out Rexon. And EG looking to try and force their way through into server instead.
EG trying to take up the mantle of pushing in towards the breach, and Thomas has rotated from Lounge down into Garage and has picked off Young. That's a massive kill, another one. Tommy, enough of that. Tommy, no! Finally he gets picked off, but the damage has been done. Luminosity, another round for them, 5-2. James, there's no way they don't go to finals. I'm convinced. No way EG take this.
Every member of Luminosity has stepped up to the mark and done something absolutely mind-bogglingly incredible during this series. Look at them on KDs. Everyone is on the mark right now. We've seen Factor and Rexon and Thomas just pull out incredible things, but oh my god. This is looking so good for Luminosity. They're 2 rounds away from booking their ticket to Croatia and joining Evil Genius's Team Liquid and MIBR there. We've still got 2 more to decide as well tomorrow for the European finals, but ooh, this is looking a bit spicy right now, Demo.
Spicy? We've got past spicy. We're now on flaming hot right now.
Okay.
And Luminosity, they are just ramping up the heat as it goes. EG, they can't cope with it. They can't cope with the heat. They're sweating out. And Luminosity, they get to go church. Another core bomb site. Looking at the lineup, though, from Luminosity, we don't see a Kaid, which would be kind of expected to try and Kaid trick in towards the Memorial hatch specifically. I wonder if they'll try and go for impact tricks, because that would be an obvious one.
I'm not against it. Like, yeah, impact tricks is of course available here. You only have 1 set of impacts though that's coming out from the Vigil of Rexon, but sorry, of Thomas. And you know he's going to be on that really heavy roam upstairs and seeing what he can do up there instead.
I like the Bandit. Because, like, what's stopping EG, or should I say, what does EG have to stop Factor, Bandit, Trick, and Triple Wall? And whenever you see the Thermite, we kind of expect a Triple Wall push from EG, because that's kind of like their signature, isn't it?
That's true. Well, I guess we'll see how it does go down and what EG want to do here, but it looks like their primary curiosity here is trying to deal with Thomas on the roam. Oh, and then we've got Rexon on the roam as well, so a similar very heavy roam game coming out from Luminosity, as we saw coming out from their counterparts of EG, but no, it's going to be shut down immediately. NVK picks up the opening frag of the round. There goes Tommy T, and already a 5v4.
So that is the first kill coming in for EG. Still another roamer, though, that hasn't been droned out. Don't be stupid, NVK. Wait for your team to try and get the drones in. Quick peeking towards Lounge, and Rexon almost would have had him there, because MVK did run out of bullets.
Yeah.
In towards Garage he looks, but still backing away. Oh no, he's stuck in stock. He's not getting out of here. ADS, a quick ADS, and oh no, Rexon now, you have to stay here. You have to man up. You've got yourself in this position. Try and fight your way out of a corner.
If you can find a kill onto an important operator like a Havana here, this can actually be pretty worth it, but wallbangs are going to start to come through. This is really not looking good for him, but he could waste a decent amount of time here as well, and if you can waste that time, I think this can be worth it. Hold into that blue hatch as well. Push comes through from MVK, and down he goes. Great kill coming out from MVK. That's going to secure that roam game off the board. Luminosity are not looking too good right now.
Even Rexon knew as soon as he entered in.
What are you doing, Factor?
No.
What? Oh my god, what was that? Doodle is going to wide peek out, however, takes down Geo. That is Thatcher off the board, however. That's a massive pick.
I just don't know. Luminosity, they're trying too hard now with the roam game. This is not a bomb site that favors aggression. This is a bomb site that is all about putting pressure onto the attackers via the utility that they can bring. You know, impacts surely would have been the great thing to bring in, because that would have denied access to the kitchen hatch, which has now been opened. Diddle rotated into the back of Armory, and 50 seconds ago, unless EG just crumble and fall apart and they start pushing one by one, they should still be back in it and ready to go again.
I mean, what is EG's actual push right now? Because they don't have dirt access at the moment. They don't have blue control right now at all. And it's going to be Doodle who does find one onto NVK. So that's the book off the board as well as Nades going down. So that's actually a really big pick coming up from Doodle. And now all of a sudden it's very, very winnable. We've got Hyena as well in Church holding that down. So really like huge amounts of control. And Doodle finds another one. What? There goes Young. And Doodle is single-handedly bringing this back for Luminosity. Smoke charge does go down, and they're still unable to find Doodle right now. So Fear Charge are going to go out as well, and that's a 4K for Doodle! What? How does EG let him get away with it? Finally, they will put him down in the dirt. It's all down to Hyena, however, it's between him and Necrox to try and bring this in. Looks like Necrox is desperate to try and find the kill. He'll look to Black Book, but Hyena is on the other side. He'll take down Necrox, and Luminosity brings in the round number 8. For sure, should have been a loss for them. What is going on with Evil Geniuses right now?
I said unless they started peeking them one by one, they were not going to lose that. But what happened, James? They just started moving in, and Doodle, one by one, they fall. And at this stage, Luminosity, they have earned their right to go to the finals. They proved it tonight. They have absolutely dominated this series.
You can go through this series, and you can find every single member of Luminosity has put huge amounts of frags on the board in one round. Like, we've had clutches from every single member so far now. Every one of these guys is on the board, ready to go and get some kills. This is looking horrific for EG right now to try and bring this in. But we're going to go to the offsite. It's going to be Gym Bedroom. If EG can take anywhere, it's going to be here.
The way EG have been playing, are we that confident that they can even win an offsite?
I'm confident.
Attackers need to locate.
I just think that they just
James.
they're addicted to like throwing, right? Like, oh my god, they had that
EG
in
and
the
throwing.
round.
Have you just tried to slander Evil Geniuses with a choking joke?
I'm
Speak
sorry,
to
but
you're me.
It's
That's
just
my,
there.
that's my
It's
job.
just there.
You don't like to do that.
It was a 4v2. They had it in the grasp of their hands to bring it in, and they just let it slip.
I wasn't really surprised that EG threw that, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's EG.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
It's not unfortunate, it's just facts.
Well, we're
Spitting
going to go
facts.
to Gym Bedroom, regardless of all of those facts being spit out. And we'll see how exactly the EG want to take this, as we do see the castle making an appearance here.
Yeah.
So I think this is actually really good from Luminosity to want to go for the Bandit trick and go for the Kaya trick as well, because there is no Maverick come out from EG whatsoever.
If you look at the lineup from Luminosity, it's very standard in what we expect in the current meta from Jim. Perhaps missing out on a smoke would be an operator, but hey, if they were to run with these 5, they can do. They're bringing double denial of the Heart Breachers. They have the Kite and the Bandit. Of course, combination with the Mute Jammers, as long with the Castle Barricades, means it's going to be really tough for EG to really break through all of that utility. They do have Sophia, so that is going to be their way primarily of getting rid of the Bandit trick, but it's still going to be tough. Hey, but who knows? Perhaps Evil Geniuses could just sack it off and just try and force their way in through this side of the map.
This wall in Cash is actually soft right now. NVK could make his way through there effectively, as he's already done onto the top of Cash stairs. He's going to be droning it all out and see what's going on. Oh no, it's not going to be soft, but you know, he can lob a grenade over here and he can do some work. We'll see how it does go down. It's been a minute into the round so far. Luminosity still in commanding control over this site.
All the pressures on Evil Geniuses right now. Luminosity, they're set up, and a very strong setup from that. A lot of utility being added in to try and bait out a lot of stuff. Evil Geniuses now, they just have to play out of their skin. They really do. Whenever the pressure gets going, for the most part, whenever there is pressure on EG, they fall. And it has shown through in many ways. If they manage to pull this comeback off, then it'll probably be one of the best moments EG have had. But it's up against some Luminosity. They're set up, they're geared up, they have fraggers fragging, which is the more important thing. You look at EG, we've only seen some people step up tonight.
Yeah, no, that is true. Mo has definitely stepped up to the board, however, on this particular map. But one man does not make it the team, unfortunately, as Doodle finds the first frag of the round. There goes NVK already. That's nades off the table, that's your book off the table. That's a pretty essential operator for this site already gone. You see the Hard Breach is still up, but I mean, what control do EG really have right now as they've all stacked up outside of Jacuzzi? It looks like Necrox moving through onto the roof, however, to shut it all down on the roam. But they're actually going to be starting to move in. Doodle just see that there's people moving into the site right now from the Jacuzzi wall, but as long as they can get the pre-fires and the angle set up, it's going to be all good. Thatcher does go down in the retake, however, Geo is out of it. And that's actually a trade straight up from Doodle, so that's really worth it.
Still Luminosity. They have all the control. They have everything going for them. Factor heard the repel, but has mistimed his run out. Rexon in the thick of it, in towards Jim, trying to lift some weight and trying to lift Luminosity into a final spot. And he has done that magnificently. Oh, Necrox, a 1 versus 4, doesn't even get any. Luminosity 2-0ing EG in incredible fashion. And James, there's the 4th team to join the group who are going to Croatia.
Yeah, so far we have Team Liquid MIBR from Latin America, and now we have Luminosity Gaming and Space Station Gaming are going to be joining them in Croatia in December for the minor there. A $75,000 prize pool, and the winner also puts themselves at the Invitational. Let's have a look at the bracket and see how things have played out across the North American closed qualifiers. So yeah, Luminosity, an open qualifier team, making it all the way through.
No, James, that's not how
They
that works.
are, but they did come through the open qualifier.
They're a pro league team, James. It's expected for them. Well, there you go. 2 O's for the semi-finals. Both very dominant performance, both by SSG, who just thrashed Sonics, and then Luminosity, who closed out EG incredibly. And, well, there's SSG and Luminosity. They will join the likes of Team Liquid and MIBR. And, James, that's NA all wrapped up. There's our 2 teams. But we still have one more play day to go, of course.
Yeah, we'll have European Playdate. It'll be tomorrow. It'll be G2 versus BDS. And then after that, we'll have Force versus Team Secret. And the winner of each of those matchups will be joining the rest of the teams in Croatia. And then after that, we'll be deciding what our APAC invites are as well, and who will be going and joining the rest of the teams. But for now, goodbye and good night. We'll see you all tomorrow.